Man, I'm sick of fucking drinking Blue Moon. Wait a minute. There's something in that pile of Blue Moons. What the fuck? Moon Haze? Oh, I've never had this before. Moon Haze. Hazy Juicy Pale Ale from Blue Moon. Well, as you might have picked up on, I'm a pretty big fan of Blue Moon. And when I saw this at the store, I just knew I had to give this one a try. Not much on that can besides what I just told you. It's brewed with dried whole oranges, which I thought that is what it was already brewed with for regular Blue Moon. Doesn't matter. It's 5.7% and it is ale brewed with dried whole oranges. It says it again. And it contains wheat. Something else you should know. These are wheat beers. Blue Moon Brewing Co. in Golden, Colorado. I'd like to visit that place someday. Alright, so I got my trusty glass, a little Pacifico. Does it match the beer? No, it doesn't. But is it a clean glass? Yes. Yeah, it's clean. You know, guys, there's nothing like a cold beer on a Monday at 1 p.m. Like this post if you can fucking relate to that. Alright, let's get a little pour going on here. Hopefully I don't give it too much head. It's probably going to have a little bit more head than usual, which is fine. I just basically put the whole can in there, which I usually don't do, but you know what? Today's a special day. Why is it special? I don't know. Just 'cause. Alright, let's give it a little sniff test. As I totally just got foam on my nose. Alright, so this isn't going to make me sound like a good reviewer. It's going to sound pretty basic, but this smells like if Blue Moon was mixed with an IPA. Yeah, I think the smell profiles, at least, it smells that simple. It just, I think the smell really just tells me what I'm going to taste. It's going to be a hazy version of a Blue Moon. Now that is what the can advertises, so I mean, I guess I can't be too upset in that aspect. So let's just jump right in and give it a little taste. So the big thing here is we're going to be comparing it to regular Blue Moon, right? Regular Blue Moon, very orangey tasting, even without an orange added to it. They are wheat beers. I will say with this one, I think maybe because we're going with that haziness, that, what's the word I'm looking for? The wheat. The wheat is coming out more in this than that orange flavor I'm getting. So on that, let me just, that initial mouthfeel definitely is more in terms with the hazy pale ale version. Very piney, very weedy, very wheaty. But as the flavor develops in my mouth and as it's, as I'm swallowing it, I'm tasting more of the juicy kind of orange, but still less orange than your regular one. But I'm almost getting like a hint of like coconut, which, besides the government warning label saying women should not drink this if they're pregnant, and also that these have 180 calories in them per can, Jesus, it doesn't mention anything about that coconut flavor. So I don't know if it's me going crazy or if that was the intention with this. So I don't know. It's hard. In terms of that advertised taste, I think it's going to be fair to default it to a 3. Again, the can just tells you that it's going to be a hazy, juicy pale ale. There's the orange taste, but that pale ale is definitely stronger than the juice, whatever flavor. And like I said, I think I taste coconut, like a coconut hint in here. Like, you'd have to try it yourself. Like, here, just take a sip of it real quick. All right, thank you. One thing I will say, because I know people are going to be upset, looking at the color of it, it's kind of hard to see in this glass. Very nice, almost amber-like color, very hazy. Honestly, Blue Moons themselves are pretty hazy in general. Very much more orange. It's funny because the color and the taste on a regular Blue Moon both correspond to being more orange versus this. It's still hazy, of course. I mean, you'd want it to be, but I think yeah, regular ones are more orange. So now we're gonna go into my general taste, how I like it. I don't know. I'm fumbling my words. Maybe I'm drunk. I'm actually not. Because if anyone thinks I drank all those cans at the beginning of the video today, you are wrong. I drank all those yesterday. That was also a lie. See, usually after a couple sips, I have more to say about the flavor. But it's consistent. The issue is, if I had this in front of me versus a regular Blue Moon, I would take the regular Blue Moon. It pretty much does what it says, like I said, which is good because it's not false advertisement, but it's just, it's not as, I don't think it's easily recognizable. This almost tastes generic, if that makes sense. A lot of IPAs I've had, I've probably, if you line them up, I probably wouldn't be able to single this out too much, because again, the orange that Blue Moon's known for is just, it's not as present in this versus your regular old Blue Moon. And I hate to do this because I freaking love Blue Moon. Easily one of my favorite beers. I love sipping on that thing. If you watch the podcast, I usually am sipping on one of those. So this one, probably a 2.5. And even if I take away, like, comparing it to its main predecessor, its brother, whatever you want to call it, it's all right. It's not amazing. I think what they go for here is done better by other beers. It's still pretty crisp. I will give it that. Crisp. This could be refreshing after a hard day of work in the field, building shit, yelling at people, all that kind of fun stuff. With that though, I think let's just go right into our last category, which is the chuggability of it. So let's give this a little chug. Honestly, and I really hate to say this, I'm really disappointed in this. That taste almost kind of gets worse as you drink it. Usually with a lot of like hazy IPAs, the taste kind of stays the same, or it actually gets a little better the more you drink it, as it becomes more neutralized in your mouth. But this one, I don't know, it just almost like that orange and that coconutty taste I described go away, and you're just left with wheat and fucking pine. I think I'm going to go ahead and give this a 2.5 on the chuggability level. You can do it. It's carbonated, but not overly carbonated. It's decently light, but I think that taste just really affects it. It gets worse. With that, I'm not going to put an average calculator. I'm pretty sure that's going to come out to a 2.8 out of 5. Again, really disappointed in this. This has been in my fridge for a few weeks. I'm not going to lie. I've been slow at making these reviews. And I've been like, I want to try it. And now I've tried it. And now I'm disappointed. With that, if you want to try it, go ahead. But I'd recommend just getting a regular Blue Moon. With that, make sure you check out the podcast. And also, if you find any cats out there, give them a little pet. Cats need pets. And I'll see you guys on the next beer review.
O.J. Simpson, White Bronco.
Now, courage. We have a guest. More tea, Mr. O.J.?
Huh?